So now that we've had a good look at the suit from the Batman, we can finally do a proper ranking video for all the Batman suits. So let's go ahead and talk about it. And as you guys can see, my setup's looking a little bit more empty. That's cause, you know, it's around that time where we're starting to move. And, you know, this setup pretty soon is gonna be pretty gone. So make sure you guys are showing tons of support. I cannot wait to kind of show off the new place. I might do like kind of a tour video. I will be missing for maybe a couple of weeks, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and crank out this video. Coming in at last place, we have the Clooney Bat Suit. This is for some obvious reasons. I mean, aesthetically, okay, so I'll give credit to the costume designers. They were trying to be original. The design of the suit allows a lot more maneuverability from the Michael Keaton era, because Michael Keaton era, the suit was very stiff. But the choice to make large, protrusive bat nipples was never going to work out very well. And the suit does feel a bit plain because there's no yellow on the suit. And it's basically just all black. And it's just like more plain than the Christopher Nolan suit. Not taking anything away from the Nolan suits, I'm just saying that it's just not designed very well in my opinion. Coming in at next place, we have the Nightmare Batman suit from Batman vs Superman. I don't really have too much to say about the suit. It's just, aesthetically, it's just the regular Batflick suit with a trench coat thrown on it, which never really worked for me, considering the fact that it basically just looks like, the Mad Max Batman. It just doesn't work for me, and I've never been a big fan of the way that suit looks. Coming in next place, and it's gonna be a bit divisive, I'm gonna say it's the Batman Begins suit. Even though I really like Batman Begins like way too much, that suit admittedly does not work in a lot of lighting. Like in the dark with the cape over the suit, it looks amazing. But without the cape over him, it looks very poofy, just very, just plain, honestly. Like with a bat suit, that's supposed to be like militarized, like, and the way it looks before he painted it actually looks better than the end result. So that just does not work for me personally. Coming in next place is the Sonar Suit. You know, actually, despite what a lot of people say, I do not hate the suit. They say they're not a fan of the overall silver suit, but we have the Ben Affleck suit, which is also completely silver. So, you know, I mean, and the idea is that it's a prototype suit. It's not yet finished. So really, I think it would have been all black, but since it's a prototype, it's silver. However, I will say that I am not a big fan of the way the suit looks when it shines. And overall, I do think some things with the cowl going on with like these little vent system thingy looking on there just looks kind of weird. But overall, it's pretty decent looking suit. And to give credit to Batman Forever, a lot of the suits and crafting in that movie actually looks fairly pretty good. Coming in next place is the Batman '89 suit. Now, blasphemy, I know. But I will tell you this. I like the overall aesthetic, I just do not like some shots of the cowl. To me, some shots of the cowl look really silly. I don't know why, it just doesn't work for me. It looks really rubbery, which again, you're like, oh, but the suits are rubber. But the idea is that it's armor. So like, it just doesn't work as well for what I would hope for a bat suit. Plus just the overall like weight it kind of presents just kind of makes them look even more stiff, which is a problem I had with the return suit as well. But this suit actually really I still dig it. It's just some shots I'm just like, it looks really goofy. Coming up next, we have the Adam West suit. Yeah, this suit is iconic for all the wrong and right reasons. Very goofy, very campy. But I do love the overall colors of the suit. Like the blues are very vibrant. I do love the big, well, not really big, but just the yellow emblem. I think that looks really good. And the patterning on the mask actually works fairly well for me. And they even kind of brought that over into the Robert Pattinson suit just a little bit as a little minor Easter egg. But not my favorite suit, and it's definitely a part of that era for a reason. Coming in next, we have the Batman Forever suit. Yeah, I actually really like the suit a lot, actually. It definitely looks aesthetically really, okay, I'm just gonna say it. It's a gorgeous looking suit. And it allows a lot more maneuverability than the prior two Tim Burton movies. And Val Kilmer himself looks fantastic in the bat suit. This is this low on the list though because of one thing, the slight nippage. Just get rid of that and it's probably one of my favorite bat suits. And if you guys have come this far into the video, you probably haven't noticed that, or you probably have noticed that I didn't include the final suits in Batman and Robin. That's because I don't see the point in it, because it is freaking stupid. Coming in next place is actually the, you guys are gonna hate me, the Dark Knight suit. You know, honestly, I never thought it was amazing, but I do think it looks really good in terms of the overall aesthetic, especially the neck. The neck down is the part that I love about it. Now the actual cowl, it kind of hides that jawline a bit and it kind of like restricts his face. And some parts of the Dark Knight, like especially the ending scene with Harvey, his face poofs out a bit and it looks really silly when he's doing that stupid Batman voice. But the overall idea of this being the most mobile bat suit up until that point was actually a fairly unique idea, and it worked within the story that it was just more of an advanced bat suit. But still not my personal favorite. Coming in next, we have the Mech suit from Batman vs Superman. I actually, I really like this. Looks like it came out straight out of the comic. But I feel like that's kind of the issue, because you're trying to bring something straight out of the comic, but at the same time you can tell that the suit's really stiff, and they're not doing much with it. Like for example, they had to CGI some of the suit during some of the scenes just because you couldn't get that much movement out of it. And that's part of the problem as to why I think it's this low. But overall, the overall look is literally just right out of the comic. And, you know, it's this low too because it's not really like my favorite Batman suit, but I do get the idea behind it because, you know, he's facing Superman, so he needs a form of protection. Next up, we have the Batman Returns suit. Yeah, I have a really soft spot for this suit. I get really giddy and excited. It's like they took like my criticisms about the '89 suit and took it to heart and made it more pristine, clean, slick, and overall, it just aesthetically, it looks kind of like a sculpture. Like that's how nice the suit looks. And I especially love how they even focus more on his overall eyes in that suit. They kind of changed up the cowl's eyes a bit to get more expression out of him. And overall, just a really lovely suit. Not many complaints. Again, very stiff. And you know, the fact that, you know, he can't really run in that suit. So that's another problem. But overall, not bad at all, and I really like it. Coming in next, we have the Justice League suit. Yeah, this one I really like because I love the idea of it being more maneuverable and having a bunch of plates. He basically put a bunch of plates over his already existing Batflick suit, and I like that idea. The only thing that brings it this much lower for me personally is because of the goggles. If they would have removed the goggles from the suit and kind of removed some of those extra pieces on the cowl, one of the perfect Justice League suits. But you know, it is what it is, and overall aesthetically it looks really nice in some shots, especially in the Batmobile. Coming in next is the Robert Pattinson suit. This suit, oh my gosh, you guys cannot believe, this suit is the type of suit that, like, it already looked good from images that I was kind of looking at for it. I know a lot of people were iffy about it, but I adored the idea that was like this beat down suit that he just keeps repatching. It's not very pristine or clean. You know, it's something that he just goes out and beats up criminals in and then just kind of patches it up when he gets back home. I love the idea of that. It's also very, you know, unique. It's different. It pays homage to basically all the prior existing bat suits. You know, the gray of Ben Affleck suit, the Keaton neck, except, you know, it's more mobile and it's more of a collar instead. Just the overall Christian Bale kind of armor design, and just, you know, Adam West's patterning on the mask. So it's basically like one of my favorites. The only reason why I would say it's not my absolute favorite is because of one minor thing, and that's the gauntlets. I'm not a big fan of those like arrow things on the gauntlets. Really Court of Owlish may be foreshadowing them later on, but at the same time, I adore the suit in different lighting, and especially when he's in the dark. When he's in the dark and it's raining on him, that suit looks beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. But my number one pick is actually Batflick Suit. I think this is probably one of the best comic accurate looking suits on screen. Just looks like they straight up took it out of the Frank Miller comic. Whether you guys like those movies or not, I mean, you gotta admit, they really did a good job of bringing that suit to the big screen. Just a big muscle look, you know, strongman look, just the overall look of the textures of the suit, and the fact that it looks bulletproof, even though it looks kind of spandex, if that kind of makes sense. And it created the whole trend of having the big black bat emblem on the gray suit. So we have this movie to thank for movies of Batman going with that later, further in the future. And those are my overall picks for bat suits. Hope you guys enjoyed this ranking. Comment below what you thought of it, and let me know what your guys' rankings are. If you guys like the video, make sure you subscribe today to join the Isolation.